All right, we are back with part 2 of our special holiday session titled Moving Through the Holidays with Consciousness and Grace. And we were just talking about the importance of boundaries. And I'm going to say we could probably do 500 podcasts on boundaries alone and the importance of them. Seriously,
Yeah.
that would match every day of the week, any particular event or situation that could arise. Let's talk about some boundaries. So those are so important. Do you want to share anything that you have experienced in your past where you didn't have boundaries and how that experience played out? And then share something that you've recently, as you've been playing with healthy boundaries, express what that has felt like in yourself, in your experience, and even maybe how people have encountered that or experienced that, responded with it.
I think in regards to the holidays, so this year I have opted to spend significantly less money, and even skip gifts for kind of some of the, you know.
You realize you don't have to give everyone you know a gift?
Yes.
Holy shit. That's amazing.
Yes. And like my parents, and I told my mom, I'm like, listen, I'm going to be spending like a lot less. And I honestly feel like the whole family has kind of wanted to do this.
Good.
For years.
So it might be helping nudge a direction of,
yes,
like, let's be sane.
Yes, exactly.
Good.
So that has felt really good. It was tough at first because I was like, oh God, the things running through my head, like, are they gonna, sounds so stupid, but like, are the people that I normally give gifts, if I give less, are they gonna love me? Which, right? That's like,
so that brought up some really deep.
Yes.
What does that tell you as the explorer of yourself that you have been doing this action for?
Yeah. Nah, it's not great.
Like, you've been kind of going through this motion.
Yeah.
Thinking if I do these things, I'll get the love.
Yeah.
From out here.
Right. Instead of from within.
Yes.
Yeah.
And humans that, people are very fickle. They can love you one day and then give a shit about you the next.
True.
But people that truly do love you, it's, you learn a lot, because if it's just about that,
right,
then you realize it wasn't there anyway.
Right.
That's where we were talking kind of about the difference between attachment and connection.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of families have an attachment to each other, or even people that call each other best friends. Freaking a lot of people that are married.
Yeah.
They call each other husband, wife, but it's like an attachment. It's not a connection.
Mm-hmm.
And you can always tell the difference. And the attachments are always kind of a means to an end. And they're hoping to get something from this certain thing they're doing, as opposed to true connection.
Yeah.
Is like, you can tell and feel actual love and connection.
Yeah.
And people that really love you, if they knew, like, oh, you've been struggling and you're being conscious and you're bettering your life and you're working on yourself and you're being mindful with your budget, like, I'm so proud of you. That's really wise.
Yeah.
People that love you would see that. But people that have been getting something from you from attachment, like, what the fuck? She always gives me this stuff, or I always get my way, right? And then it's like, you'll get to see a different side of those people, right?
Yes.
So it can be very enlightening.
Yes.
And how do you feel this year making those decisions to have better boundaries with your budget, with your choices, with your everything?
Yeah, I think with my budget, it actually feels like really good. Like, and I was able to do, even with a tight budget, was able to do, honestly, a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So
you just get creative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how can I find creative things I know would make them smile or laugh, or know I'm thinking of them, but they don't have to be like putting me into debt.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
I feel creativity comes from struggle. I feel a lot of times when people struggle or they have less, it's not all instant gratification. Some of the most amazing things have come from, like, stemmed and birthed from that struggle in a creative way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes we get things so easily, and then we're not being creative at all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it can have its own gifts.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, you're right. Because I'm not buying like stupid stuff where sometimes it was like, well, I spent this much on this person, so I have to spend this much on this other person, but I can't really find anything. So I'm just going to get this.
And look at all
Dumb
of
crap.
that is completely in your head belief system.
Yeah.
None of it is based on anything solid.
No.
Just saying. None of it, including like, oh, I got this for, like, let's say it's your friend. Oh, I got my friend this thing that I genuinely felt inspired to get her.
Yeah.
But oh, her boyfriend, shit, I got to get him something because then he'll feel like I didn't think. No, you don't.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got to get that boyfriend something. He's kind of a pain in the ass. I don't even really like him, but I don't want him to feel like I didn't think of him. But you're not, it's authentic that you're really not inspired to get him anything. So you just get her something.
Yeah.
Because that's your best friend.
Right.
And feel so okay about that.
Yeah.
Do you see it? Like that kind of thing?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know if you've ever had that experience, but do you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that has felt really good this season.
Good.
And I'm not going to be like running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Like
trying to overdo and overextend.
Just getting super stressed out and probably getting sick because I've been not getting enough sleep and
making way too many cookies and
God.
drinking too much alcohol because you're stressed out from making all them cookies.
Oh my God. And the potlucks, I swear, like 10 potlucks, right? And then you got to buy a bunch of food and
yes.
Yeah.
It is interesting that, and I'm not sure, I know there's different cultures that do center around a lot of eating as well.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it is interesting that so much of our traditions revolve around spending and overeating and just overindulging.
Yeah.
Because it's really consumerism.
It is. I'm
going to just say,
yes.
Like if the traditions are all set around like truly sitting around and making eye contact and letting each other know how much we appreciate them and what they've done for us this year.
Yeah.
And like, there's no need to buy anything because we could just, and this is why I feel like every day, like my beloved is around me and I'm like, baby, what was your challenge today? What was your high? My kid, what was your challenge today? What was your high? My friend, I could tune in on that any day.
Yeah.
So Thanksgiving, for example, based upon an actual terrorist event, we make it about all these other things. And that's a cultural program of consumerism. The actual things that went down were awful.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why it's been a struggle for me, that holiday in particular, especially knowing how many timelines I was native and different things. But I feel like if you look at our culture, how much we're encouraged to spend on food and things and sugar and party, it's all consumerism.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, it totally is.
And none of that's necessary to have connection.
Mm-hmm.
The Grinch, man. Watch the Grinch. He knows what's up. But basically, we can get to where we can enjoy doing fun things we like. Because I really do like Christmas and I enjoy Christmas. I like wrapping presents and decorating my tree. And it's more like the family connection and getting gifts for people I love. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm definitely not trying to be like an anti anything. But if we understand that the base of the societal programming is coming from encouraging us to consume, it will make a lot more sense. And that we can be more creative. We don't have to be, their little servants to make sure that they hit their numbers and their marks on how much they want to sell this month.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, I was probably buying just as much shit for myself while Christmas shopping.
Were you? You're like, oh, I'm going to get this for my best friend and me one too. I love it.
Sometimes I
I'll
would
get
come
this
out
for
of
my niece. Oh, I want one of these too.
I would come out of a store and I'm like, oh my God, I literally bought all shit for myself.
That's
and
funny.
I'm like, it is funny because I'm like, well, I'm treating myself, but I'm like, I don't need that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and that's a good thing to bring awareness to and be conscious of is when we're treating ourselves.
Yes.
And sometimes what we identify as treating ourselves really just means spending unnecessarily money. And it's kind of like retail therapy,
Yeah.
which is not therapy. Let's be honest.
Right.
Retail therapy is an addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And it's no different than if you suddenly want to just go and eat a whole thing of Oreos at 2 a.m. because you're feeling anxiety and overwhelmed. Or I feel anxiety and overwhelmed. I'm going to go buy myself a bunch of whatever.
Yes.
Like what was that movie called? It's some kind of shopaholic, like Confessions of a Shopaholic.
Yes.
And she's just like totally addicted to treating herself, but she doesn't have the fucking money to do that. And it's getting her in trouble. She's getting deeper and deeper in debt. And it's kind of like she has to face some shadowy parts of herself where it's really like trying to find love or a sense of something beautiful out here.
Yeah.
And again, that's kind of what we always come back to is it's inward, it's within, like loving ourselves within is always what we need to understand.
Yeah.
And we can buy things because I think we all like to buy nice things for ourselves, but you know the difference between, oh, I need a new pair of shoes and I'm going to look online or I'm going to go in stores and find me a new pair of shoes that I need, or I'm kind of just bored scrolling. What shit can I just buy for myself? And like, it's like unconscious, like just buying shit, not needing it. You know what I mean? Whether you're buying it for yourself or others or whatever, if it's coming from that place of anxiety, it's an addiction.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, and nothing wrong with getting ourselves something, but it is good to be aware when we feel like we're just getting caught. Like, I almost feel like when you were feeling the program pushing on you to go get all these things for people, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to just treat myself and get all these things because there's like an energy created to encourage you. Have your hot chocolate and take your time.
Yeah.
And just, we've got some deals. If you spend this much, you'll get these free, hardly anything, any product in these tube samples. Do you know what I'm saying? If you only spend $90, you'll get like a drop of a sample in this tube that's like empty. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yes, totally. And I think I would be like, well, I've just spent like, $2,000 or $3,000 on other people. Like, I deserve something, right?
Yeah. Jesus,
But
you spent that much on your
probably more than that at times.
Actually, I know I've definitely especially like when I was married and had kids and back in the day when I'd go and take all the relatives' presents.
Yeah.
Man, it's like I have to remember her because she's so in my past, like that old girl. I love you. She was such a sweet girl, but God damn it, did she overextend?
Yes.
And just like, and it's so funny because I remember that, like, it's been so long that I lived that way. But when I did it, I can promise I remember feeling like I had to do that.
Yeah.
To make sure they all loved me. Like it was coming from a place of knowing already I didn't feel very loved and acknowledged and feeling like I have to go do all these things to get the love.
Yeah.
And what a disappointing outcome that was.
Oh, yeah.
Because really what happened is that love never came from them.
Yep.
And what I ended up having to do is awaken in that and then remove myself. And now I can't even remember the last time I hung out with any relatives. In my own story, that is so fucking genius and makes sense on boundaries. I'm definitely not condoning people to just cut off all your family. But in my case, with my relatives, it was necessary. Yeah. They were not my people. They were people I was meant to overcome and heal from and ascend beyond.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So some of you listening, maybe you have really healthy families and you love being around them for the most part. But maybe there's some things that you need to have more awareness in. Maybe even you could be listening, a listener out there could be listening and be like, wow, I think I've been putting too much pressure on my husband or my wife or too much pressure on my aunt or my parents. Like you might realize you're the one that's being kind of like, give it to me now, like a little too demanding of getting material shit. And I think that's important for us to see all those sides. Like if there's anything we're talking about in these shows, we're saying it just to help people to look in and be aware of shadow and to integrate that and heal it
Yeah.
so that we can be more conscious beings, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of the whole point. But some of the little pointers for moving through the holidays with grace, like Cindy had mentioned, food and drinking, like watch how you treat yourself. Are you taking care of yourself? Like I was telling her, any other day of the week, I would be like eating, like last night we had a salad with some salmon. We eat pretty healthy around here. It's pretty light. I can't eat very much at one time. I'm not built for that. But for some reason, we think Thanksgiving, we should have like this table, like a long extended stretched table with so many things.
Yeah.
And we are supposed to eat all the things because you don't want to hurt grandma's feelings or auntie's feelings or
we
mom's
gotta have
feelings.
this dish because we've always had this dish.
Yes, we've always made that. And then, oh my God, we're going to lose our minds if someone forgot to bring the yams or whatever it is. And I never eat a fucking yam any other time of the year. I'm just going to say.
Yeah.
I don't mind them. They're good. But I'm just kind of being lighthearted and playful with the fact that we can turn it into such a fucking weird circus. And we also, I was saying to Cindy, I go, we could also just make a salad. And if we want to have turkey, we can. But what if we don't even fucking want to have turkey? Like, why is it the time to kill billions of turkeys? Because consumerism.
Yeah.
It is the time to consume large amounts of turkey.
Yeah.
Why? Do we even question it? Or ham, right? And like, anyway, it's just something to bring awareness that you could have a great dinner like you would any other day of the week. Have a lovely dinner and gather with friends and loved ones and just tell them that you love them. Tell them what you appreciate about them. There you go. Thanksgiving. Check. Yes. It doesn't have to be this bizarre event. Now, if you enjoy decorating and you enjoy having a nice dinner and your family seems to enjoy it and they all are helping, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing wrong. But if it feels like it's literally hell for you, question why and why you keep doing it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or why you're doing it that way.
Why are you doing it that way?
Yeah.
Why are you doing it at all with some people? Why are you doing it again? Like, just check in.
Yes.
Check in, because that tradition can often be masking addictive patterns that are in the shadow that we're not even questioning.
Yep.
So, and then like money, the money part, just being conscious with our spending, conscious with, you know, how we're looking at even what that's going to do. And is it helping or making things worse? I mean, be aware. Our self-care is directly connected to our boundaries, I feel. Those are important every day of the week, every moment of your life. Healthy boundaries are so important. And if you haven't had them before and this is new for you, then pull up a chair and get comfy, because we will be mentioning this again. But boundaries are so absolutely vital for a happy, healthy, and peaceful life.
It's okay to say no.
It's so okay.
It's good to say no.
Ask me a question. I'm like playing. Like,
will you make a 25-pound turkey on Thanksgiving Day for us?
No. I just want to practice it with you to show you guys how easy it is.
Yes.
No. Ask me something else. No. But playfully realize it's really not hard.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And the more that you actually are a person of integrity, I was saying this to my partner the other day, because he's definitely being initiated on some of these things in his own way. I was like, babe, the more you stand on business, the more you respect yourself, people, even your haters, can't help but kind of be a fan. Like you know, and I don't have haters, but when hateful people, because I don't even want to call it having haters, because that's not what I have. But energetically, if you're a person that stands on business and you mean what you say and you say what you mean, and you have clarity and you have integrity and you do not betray yourself, AKA you have fucking boundaries.
Yeah.
People that used to benefit when you didn't will have a problem with you. They'll be like, who the fuck does she think she is? I'm the new Tawnya Love. Nice to meet you. And we got fucking boundaries. Right?
Yes.
Because they used to meet the old version of you that, like what I gave her the name, we've talked about her in other shows, is doormat mom. And doormat mom, doormat employee, doormat wife, doormat friend. it's an energy that just thinks she's got to people please, she's got to do it all for everybody else, puts herself last, all in the hope that one day someone will love her. You know what, honey? You're the one that needs to love yourself.
Yes.
And that's what I had to learn. Stop waiting for those fools to even recognize your value.
Yeah.
You recognize it. And then the ones who actually see that you do can't help but respect and value you.
Mm-hmm.
And the ones that want to still be hateful people, right? The ones that we call haters, they still want to hate on you. They're pissed off. They're scrolling. And I know who you fuckers are. You're on my social media. You're seeing what my pictures are. What has she had done? Nothing, bitch. I just take care of myself. I take care of myself. I'm happy. I meditate. I eat healthy. I got a soul sister here that's a complete witness to it. But that kind of energy, like anybody that's on there and they're looking at and they just want to hate on you, they're just hateful people.
Yes.
They're low energy people. They don't put their energy into improving their own life. They don't put their energy into actually loving their own life. So they just got to sit around and hate on somebody.
Yeah.
And the ones, me being that one that used to let those people come through and take whatever they wanted, do whatever they wanted. And I kept scurrying about trying to do more for them to get the love.
Yep.
They were lessons for me. And now my boundaries are lessons for them. But that energy, we're never going to thrive if we're letting people plow us over. And so my point is, when you actually take your power back and you have boundaries for yourself, you stand on your business, even the ones that are haters that like hate on you, AKA what I call fans, because they're checking out my shit the most. And I'm like, yep, I'm still fabulous. I'm still winning at life. Keep checking, bitch, right? Those people, even when they're coming in and doing that, your boundaries, your self-respect inspires them. It pisses them off.
Yeah.
But it also inspires them, because what they really are seeing is, God damn it. Like, why couldn't we destroy her? Yeah. Why isn't she miserable? Why isn't she suffering? And deep down, they're miserable and they're suffering because they see you understand something, right?
Yep.
So what I was saying to my partner, like, have those boundaries, because the ones who've been benefiting from you not having them, they're going to be pissed. So be ready.
Right.
But you also will get the respect you've always wanted, because it had to come from you first.
Yes.
How do I expect Cindy to respect me if I don't respect me? Doesn't it seem so
that makes
empty
sense.
And silly?
Yeah.
But how many people live this way? Like, I'm going to go and give everything and fall on the ground, let them walk over me so they don't get their skirts in the mud, and then hope that they respect me. They're like, what a fucking fool. What are you doing?
Yes.
So it's exactly the opposite. The opposite direction we want to move in getting respect from anything in the world. Make sense?
Yeah. Damn, girl.
Yeah. Sorry, that came through hot, but I think that was
good.
Importante. Importante for Tawnya. But I say this from a place of love, and I say this as a woman who's been through hell and back, to learn the importance of boundaries, to even understand, like, it is not my job or any of my business what other people are thinking or doing or saying about me. When you really learn to love yourself and you know that that is innate and it is solid in yourself, people can say the dumbest fucked up shit. And trust me, I've had some doing it. And it still doesn't affect me, because it's not real. It's false. It's fantasy. It's not my reality. It's not truth. So when you really live in your truth and you have those boundaries, nothing outside of you really has the capacity to destroy you. But when you didn't, the smallest little thing, someone not liking you, someone talking about, you're going to be crying. I remember when I was younger, I used to cry a lot because the world's harsh. I don't think the whole world's harsh, but growing up on this planet with a lot of woundedness, with wounded humans like to hurt humans. They like to project and throw their shit at people. So I remember times where people would just be cruel and say cruel shit. And then I'd go cry and be like, what's wrong with me? And I was telling Cindy, the thing that flipped the script on that was the moment I realized, wait a minute, nothing's wrong with me. What the fuck is wrong with them?
Yeah.
Like, something's wrong with those people that want to sit around and talk shit and hate and like say mean things to you or try to trip you or pray for your downfall, hope that you lose. Like, what is that? That's terrible, toxic shit.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But when you realize that's their issue. There's something wrong with them.
Right.
And I am just going to focus on the beauty and the love and the creativity and the magic in me.
Mm-hmm.
Game changer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So any of you, if this kind of resonates, like maybe you're dealing with people like that in your family, or, and if you do have exes, we're moving through retrograde. I think we're almost through. But if you have any fucking exes show up and just say they really want to meet some random place so they can apologize, but they don't apologize in the letter requesting to give you an apology, fuck that shit. Have a boundary, because they're trying to just lure you back in and cause you more damage.
Yes.
So I feel like, I can sound to someone who hasn't healed yet, because even some of our listeners, maybe some of them haven't healed yet.
Mm-hmm.
I could sound really harsh.
Yeah.
But nope, it's not that. I'm really fucking clear. I've got the boundaries. There's anyone in my world doesn't have any question.
Right.
But when I didn't have them, and I seemed so nice, I was being a people pleaser. I was always like, oh, I don't want to upset the tyrant. The tyrant is flipping out and spitting in my face, but let me make sure I don't upset the tyrant.
Right.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's what, and I feel like we women in particular need to change this, but I've met men also that have walked on eggshells for misaligned women. So it's not a girl or guy thing, but it's something I think as we're moving through the boundary thing, which I said, I know we'll be talking about this again.
Yes.
But the boundaries, loving yourself, all of these things we're talking about with holidays, it all connects on every day of the week, every single day. Have those boundaries.
Yep.
And if you would not go and have Thanksgiving or Christmas with your toxic, abusive ex, why the fuck are you going to hang out with that uncle or that dad that you can't stand or that brother that bitches and complains the whole time? Why are you going to put yourself in that bullshit?
Yeah.
Question it. At least have the capacity to question it. At least have the courage to question, why have I done that? And what else could I do instead?
Yeah.
Because you could find soul family to spend time with.
Mm-hmm.
You could go sit in nature or go on a hike with your dog, and it could be bliss, and you don't participate in any of the goddamn programming. You are so free, humans. That is my message to you. You are free. You don't have to follow these orders. You don't have to be a consumer. You don't have to kill turkeys in the billions or whatever, right?
Yeah.
We don't have to do it. We actually have free will to always choose consciously. And in doing so, we're going to move with much more grace, and we're going to love ourselves, and we're going to love the person we are. And the people that don't love us and that are having a problem with us, they're just going to keep watching, and they can't even understand why so deep down they're obsessed with you, because you fucking have boundaries and you have self-respect.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything you want to say? Because that came through very passionate, but I know that it was meant to. There's people that need to hear that.
No, I mean, that's fabulous. I think it's, I feel like I want to encourage our listeners to think of one area or one person they can set a boundary with this holiday season.
Yes.
And practice through it right in your, so that you're prepared. Because
someone I know challenges me that I really could benefit by putting a boundary there.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Because they're going to do that stupid thing or say that stupid thing or yes, or be that asshole.
Yes. Well, and that's something like when I've said this to Cindy and many before, is for my own life, when I feel like I know there's people that can be challenging and very, let's just call it, a lot of times ignorant and arrogant go together. They're ignorant and they're arrogant in their very limited perspectives and belief systems and programs and behaviors and their projections. And if I feel like there's something beautiful that could be a part of something, but I am going to have to deal with certain energies, I look at it and I'll consciously tell myself, okay, we're moving into some Buddha training. And when you really consciously look at it that way, like Eckhart Tolle talks about that, like when you think you're all enlightened and you're amazing because you've been spending all this time in solitude in your bubble, and nothing can touch me now. And then it's like, okay, now let's take that energy that you've been working on and let's go put it into practice.
Mm-hmm.
That's Buddha training. So that's where suddenly you're going to go hang out with family.
Yeah.
The family, says the really stupid things, right?
Yep.
So then how can you navigate through that and practice that like Buddha training, like a bodhisattva that's actually moving with grace and compassion? Now, don't forget, grace and compassion includes you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people miss in religious programming is they feel like, oh, I'm just supposed to be here and smile and walk on eggshells because I'm being so compassionate to this tyrannical idiot that's just blasting his spewing venom at the dinner table, right?
Yes.
And so we'll do the passive aggressive thing. And I feel like true compassion begins with self. So you have to check in and see, do I feel this choice is showing myself compassion and love? If it's triggering you and you're putting yourself around someone that's been an abuser and it's really not healthy for you, it's kind of like a no-brainer to not do that.
Right.
Like that's a no.
Yeah.
So using those things, like you're saying, questioning like ways that we can set boundaries and like, is there someone I can practice with? But knowing that if you're going into certain environments with family members that aren't the greatest with self-awareness, first of all, know that you're choosing that. If you are choosing that, then walk through it with your eyes and awareness wide open. And how can I embody my truth in this environment? Maybe you're guided to speak up.
Yeah.
Maybe you're guided to say something or to take a stand and to bring awareness on something. But I feel like the more we play with that, the more we realize we always have the choice to not even be around it. And that in itself is complete mastery. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in the journey, if we're where we are, look at it like Buddha training, that I'm going to go into this with my awareness open. Like Eckhart Tolle says, you'll learn a lot about how much you've really healed, because you might think you've so healed until you're around someone that pushes those buttons and knows exactly the buttons to push to get the reaction from you.
Yep.
And a lot of the wisdom can come from healthy boundaries of not being around certain people and having like the gate is locked, sealed, and no access with certain energies is how you heal. It's how you move on and move forward, because there is not even an opening. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep, that makes sense.
So in some cases, I feel like that's important to see that.
Yeah.
In others, maybe it's just your annoying uncle who's going on about Republicans and doesn't want to acknowledge that they are not perfect in every way and wants to make everything Democrats' fault, right? You know, those conversations.
Yes.
But if it's something like where you can just be like, oh, whatever, I can speak up, or I can just remove myself from the situation. Like I'm leaving the room. He's talking, he's doing his weird shit. They come at you. You know what? No, I'm not comfortable discussing that. And if you read the energy in the room, no one seems to be. So how about we change the conversation?
Yeah.
Boom, empowerment. So everything has its opportunity to help us grow, but sometimes we also might be encouraged to not even go into certain rooms.
Yep.
Access being denied is sometimes protecting your own energy and your own spirit from psychic attack. So I feel like that could be something we talk about even deeper later. But that being said, you know, go in mindfully if you're going to, or just say no and mean it.
Yeah.
And don't have guilt. If you say no to the cookie event, if you say no to the 20th potluck, if you say no to the family dinner, if you say no and feel good about it.
Yeah.
And go and enjoy the choice you're making. Because something that I think a lot of humans do when they're new to boundaries, they'll say, if they even can say no, and they finally said it, I said no, but now I'm all weekend going to be harboring these thoughts about saying no, and they're probably all mad at me, or say no, and then go and focus on what you're going to focus on. So in the example we gave early on, you not helping someone move because you need to rest, you're going to go home, you're going to watch that Hallmark movie, you're going to love it. You're going to have some good food, you're going to take a nap, meditate, go on a walk in nature, and you're going to enjoy that time with yourself if you're wise. But sometimes people don't do that, and they'll say no, and then they'll just sabotage their weekend worrying because they didn't say yes.
Yeah.
Which is also not saying no. You're energetically still carrying the weight of it. You didn't really lay it down.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. And the first time I think is always the hardest. It'll get easier.
It really does get easier when you have boundaries. And I think one thing I was saying to my partner recently, I was like, it's something I've learned, like with an ex not too long ago. This ex was sending me really emotional texts that basically should have just been in his journal. He should have been journaling and go to therapy and talk to your therapist. But sometimes people just think they got to share every thought that was in their head, and they're throwing it at you. And I was not comfortable with it. So I made a request and said, hey, you can buy a journal. Do you know that? You could call a therapist and talk to them. Like, this is inappropriate. Like, this is coming out of nowhere and you're sending all this stuff to me. I'm not comfortable. I don't enjoy it. I don't need to read it. It's irrelevant at this point.
Yeah.
We are not together. So please handle it accordingly. But energetically, when you set boundaries with people like that, sometimes they get really pissed off because they're wanting some kind of reaction, or they want to manipulate you and your behavior.
Yeah.
So I made a very clear text message that I typed out and said, this is the boundary. This is what will and will not be happening. From this moment on, if I get these very emotional things from you, I'm giving you heads up right now that I will not be responding, and I probably won't even read it all. I'll just delete it.
Yep.
So I'm letting you know so that if you send them and I don't respond, you will have been told why.
Yep.
And then if that happens, what I do, because it's happened sometimes with people, they will test it. I'll screenshot that thing I sent and send it again. Just a reminder. So I said that to my partner recently. I was like, when you're learning to have boundaries, I think for us to feel good about it, because we're trying to feel good about our own boundary,
right?
We have to be super clear, let the other know, because then it's not like coming out of left field and they don't know, like, well, how would I know you were suddenly having boundaries? You know what I'm saying? And then they'll try to use that to make you feel bad and guilt you and plow you over. So I was like, state it in writing and then let them know I will be standing on this. So if you plow through this and you bring a bunch of emotional shit, I will not be responding, and I will just send you a reminder.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of explaining that to him to help him, because I think that's probably the hardest part when you're first new to setting boundaries, is that clarity, and also not sabotaging and turning on yourself.
Yeah.
Like when you say something, stand on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say what you mean what you say.
Yep.
One thing I've learned is that people test that, and it's unfortunate because this Tawnya, this new version that is evolved, when she says something, she means it and she stands on it. And unfortunately, some humans in their subconscious, there's this part of them pushing to test it. And I've warned them, like, I feel like you absolutely are requesting the loss of me to understand what I am really standing on, that I will not tolerate this. So if you don't stop, it's literally going to be a lose-lose game. Like, you will lose me. We will not have any connection. So do you really want to keep testing that? Right. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I feel like you can be so honest with people, but even when you are, they won't always listen.
Yeah.
They may not. They'll still test that until you're gone. And then they'll sit in that sadness of the loss, that they lost you and that they sabotaged it. And they know they have only themselves to blame. But I feel like that's something to be prepared for as a soul, that when you really stand on your boundaries, it's not your burden to carry what other people have done. If they ruined the relationship, if they blew it up, if they burned the bridge, know that and stop looking back.
Yeah.
And stop worrying about it and thinking it's anything to do with you, or that you have to be responsible for what they did or comfort them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That was, and I say that because that was huge for me. And for me to be this, like, I feel like strong and empowered and fierce in all the loving right ways. I used to be so easy to roll around, like in that people pleasing training.
Yep.
And that's not what I do now. And so I'm a very different being. So people that knew me back then, if they're even allowed to be around me now, because some aren't, they would not know what to do with me. Because it's like we're two different creatures, right?
Yeah.
Like a totally different death rebirth experience.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else you want to say about that? About the boundary thing?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, we are sending you guys so much love in this holiday season.
Yes.
We thank you for your support. We thank you for sharing these podcasts, for interacting with them, because that helps us. And, you know, we're going to just be enjoying our holidays, and not in a traditional way, probably.
Right.
I mean, I think it's interesting because our family has kind of grown, and we have like soul family here. And some of us have been used to doing Thanksgiving, and some of us unplugged a few years ago.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been fun to like, excuse me, like, okay, how can we focus on connection and holiday time with loved ones,
Yeah.
but it not also feel like this pressure of something that I very much have had the courage to disconnect from.
Yes.
Like the consumerism program.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes total sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, it has been fun to like kind of figure out like, well, how do we want to do this?
Yes.
You know?
And that we can create it our own way.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be any particular way.
Yeah.
But I do love the holidays. I wish you guys all the best on the holidays. And, you know, Buddha training, move with mindfulness and pay attention, and realize that how you feel, and if you're feeling safe or loved or supported, that matters. And so if you're not, then you can say, and absolutely should say, no.
Yep.
If it doesn't feel right. So happy holidays, guys. And make, as I say to my children all the time, make good choices. Peace out.